There's still a lot of boxes to work through, so I guess we'll just grab this one here and see what we can get into today. This is the basement sellout. The other items in that box will be a topic for another day, but today's topic is the SEGA Game Gear. So inside that box, I found it looks like a laptop case, but it's a SEGA Game Gear. So it's a handheld gaming system, and I collected a ton of games for this thing over the years. I had a washcloth over it to protect the screen from scratching, and there it is in all of its glory with its giant, basically television screen looking piece, and it's big. It's got a battery pack on the back of it because this thing ate AA batteries. And I guess the last game I played was Star Trek The Next Generation, which makes a lot of sense given how much I like Star Trek. There's an AC adapter, also a screen magnifier, so you can just put this giant magnifying glass over the screen and it just makes everything giant and is probably the reason why I have glasses now. And I just collected a ton of games for this over the years. The games especially became available quite cheaply as the system was sort of winding down. And from what I could tell, Game Gear wasn't really the most popular gaming system. A lot of people had the Game Boy. I really liked my Game Gear though. It was a full color screen. It had link cables that could connect to other Game Gear consoles, which my brother had one, so that was a lot of fun. And there's lots of racing games and puzzle games, and it was just great on road trips, really. And because I was able to pick these games up, many of them quite cheaply, like at Walmart from like the bargain bin, I ended up with a pretty big collection over the years. But the real question is, does this Game Gear still work? So I took the battery pack off so I could start getting set up, and I started poking through the bag a little bit more. I found this, which is a car adapter, which is a splitter, because my brother and I both had Game Gear systems. And I remember one time we used this, and it actually blew out the fuse in the van on the way on a really big road trip, which wasn't so good. I also found one of the manuals for the games and a Band-Aid in case you're playing so hard, I guess your hands start bleeding. And the elastic band, we used to use that to hold in the car adapters into the outlet. On the bottom of the case, I was opening that up and I found a whole bunch of manuals, which is kind of neat. I kept all the manuals for all the games. Some were of higher quality than others. Some were full color. Some were kind of the black and white deal. But from what I could tell, I had all the manuals. I also had this little teeny tiny screw, which goes with the magnifying glass that goes on the front of it. I also found the safety strap. So before there was Nintendo Wii and the safety strap for Nintendo Wii, there was a safety strap for your Sega Game Gear, just in case you got really excited while you were playing with it. I had to figure out how to try to mount it on. It says, use this if you want to take your Game Gear outside, which tells me they don't really know how Game Gears are being used, because I was mainly using this thing in the car. I tried to get the strap on, and it was a little bit of a struggle. In the guide, they have these really, I don't know if you want to say they're adorable, these little adorable cartoons that tell you what not to do with your Sega Game Gear. Don't drop it. Don't leave it out in the sun, even though we had the safety strap so you could take it outside a few seconds ago. But yeah, I decided to put this thing together and see if it's working. So I put the magnifier on, and immediately it kind of broke, and I was like, uh-oh, I broke it. But then I remembered, no, this happened all the time when I was a kid. Snapped it back in, and we are okay to go. So I got the magnifier on the front of it, got everything lined up. Where's that little screw? Get that little screw in there, and we should be good to go. The system looks like it's in great shape, and if I get it plugged in, I'm hoping that this works. So I found a game, got it in there, and let's fire this thing up and see what happens. And I got the gray screen, which made me really nervous until I remembered that was actually a common thing that used to happen quite frequently. So I popped the game out, popped it back in, and then moment of truth, it does work. And where's that sound? Yes, that's the sound we were looking for. And the games work. Everything seemed to be working. I kind of forgot how to play. So I was trying to play this game, and I was the later Sonic games had a little bit of a different control structure, so it felt pretty clunky to me certainly at first when I got it back up and running, but I was I was pretty impressed with the quality on this, and I've been trying to figure out really what to do about this system. I was talking to my wife about this, and she didn't even really know that the Game Gear was a handheld system. She thought it was one that goes onto the TV. And so, kind of what I decided with this is I think I am going to sell it, but not right now. I think I'm going to mess around with it for a little bit and just see if I can have some fun with it before I finally make that final decision. But I think in the end, this system is going to get sold. But again, just not right now. I want to play with it. I want to play with it. I want to have that piece of nostalgia there. So yeah, this one's going to kick around for a little bit longer. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see what else is in these boxes.